I think Marcus is the biggest flirt because he's the single one. Also,
You can still flirt with your girlfriend if you're still taken, right?
With over 23.4 million subscribers on their joint YouTube channel, there's no doubt that the Dobre twins are bigger than ever, releasing a slew of vlogging and challenge videos since their last controversial meet and greet, which caused them quite a bit of bad press. Suffice it to say, both Lucas and Marcus have definitely made a name for themselves on the YouTube platform, as well as a fair amount of wealth in the process. But what does a pair like the Dobre twins spend their hard-earned cash on? What are they considered to be worth at the moment? Well, whether you're a fan of the dynamic duo or just want to know more about their epic journey on the platform, stay right where you are, as we're about to take a look at the net worth and lifestyle of the Dobre twins. So strap yourselves in and get ready for some feelings of jealousy, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. A little more about the Dobre twins. Lucas and Marcus Dobre Moffitt, who are collectively known by their fans as the Dobre twins, or the Dobbies for short, were born in Gaithersburg, Maryland back on the 28th of January 1999. This means that the twins are currently only 22 years old, which speaks bounds when it comes to the excessive amount of wealth that they have accrued over their last few years on the internet. The influencers rose to fame and fortune by posting short videos on the now defunct video application Vine, which was basically the TikTok of the older generation. They were not, however, the only famous members of their family. Their mother, Aurelia Dobre, was actually a former Olympic gymnast who, along with their father Boz, opened the Dobre Gymnastics Academy in their hometown. The family thus lived an exciting life in Maryland, where the twins could be found hanging out with their two older brothers, Cyrus and Darius, while practicing their acrobatic routines and dance moves as much as possible. Although there's no doubt that the Dobre twins have always had an incredible stage presence, it was this practice of theirs which essentially led to their break on Vine. Speaking of, the dynamic duo was actually known as Twin Bots back then, and would on occasion release a selection of 6-second videos of themselves dancing, doing crazy flips, and participating with other creators in comedy skits. This resulted in the Dobre twins earning up to around 1.8 million followers on the platform, which to their dismay was bought out and shut down. But before this, the twins actually ended up earning a spot at AT&T's Later Hater Expo because of their popularity, where they essentially spoke out against cyberbullying and the hurt that fateful words can have when spread online. The Dobre twins then joined the rest of their friends from the Vine platform, who decided to migrate to YouTube, but unlike the dynamic duo, the majority of these stars ended up falling short of what fans on the platform wanted from their creators. There was a huge difference between Vine and YouTube after all, but the Dobre twins adapted by solidifying their place in both the vlogging and challenge sphere. The type of content which they post is often extravagant and has a tendency to show off the crazy amount of wealth that they have. As of right now, the twins have 3 YouTube channels which are currently operational. The first is their main channel, which goes by the name of Lucas and Marcus. Take a trip over to this main channel of theirs and you'll get to see that they have a grand total of 23.4 million subscribers, indicating once and for all that their migration to YouTube was more successful than they could have ever hoped for it to be. Their second channel features their brothers Cyrus and Darius, and often consists of musical content ranging from singing to dancing. The channel currently has around 10.3 million subscribers, with their third channel, Dobre Cars, sitting at just over 1 million subscribers as well. All in all, the Dobre twins have been able to amass over 8 billion views on the platform, showing just how interested the rest of the world is with their crazy lifestyle. Their success has also gained them a few nominations. In 2018, for example, their main channel was nominated by the Shorty Awards in the category of Muser of the Year, while their second channel was nominated by the Streamy Awards for the category of Breakout Creator. And while they may not have won the award in either instance, being nominated is just as incredible and is definitely something that the dynamic duo is proud of. Better yet, all 4 Dobre brothers were eventually signed in the same year in a joint venture between Def Jam Recordings and Island Records, allowing the team to make music under an actual label. The Dobre twins' net worth. The Dobre twins describe themselves as a dancing duo of internet personalities and can attribute most of their monthly income to YouTube, which is essentially the platform that caused their rise to fame in the later years after Vine. Since YouTube can pay upwards of $7 per view to their partners after taking their own cut from advertising revenue, there's no doubt that both Lucas and Marcus are rolling in money at the moment. It must be said that the twins have their own merchandise line, which they sell to fans directly from their website. Keeping all of this in mind, experts estimate the net worth of the Dobre twins to be around $18 million US, leaving them with $9 million each, With such an excessive amount of cash at their disposal, what type of lifestyle do you think the Dobre twins live? Well, after taking a look at some of their videos, let's remind you of some of the insane things they have bought over the years. Number 1. Their mansion. Around 2 years ago, Marcus and Lucas introduced the world to their new home in a video on their main YouTube channel, and fans couldn't help but drool over the luxurious mansion that they had purchased for themselves. And while it might not be shocking to hear that a group of wealthy brothers decided to purchase a property in the Beverly Hills region, it's the price of the property that really made fans salivate. That being said, most wealthy people tend to invest in expensive properties throughout their lives, with immovable assets really being the only assets that don't depreciate in value. In fact, the fame of the Dobre twins will only add further to the appreciation of the property, which is sure to be worth a lot more as the years go by. So how much did they end up paying for this incredible mansion? Well, according to reports, the Dobre twins actually bought the mansion for around $37 million US, which sounds unbelievable considering the net worth that they currently have. Whether this is indeed the real price, well, guess we'll never actually know until the property has been correctly valued, but by the look of it, it's definitely worth a lot. Located at 1300 Beverly Hills Estate Drive and referred by the twins as the Dobre house, the inside of the mansion is around 12,000 square feet, with its exterior being around 10,000 square feet, leaving more than enough room for activities. In the world of YouTube, where a creator's livelihood is linked to the amount of content that they can bring to their fans, this crazy amount of space was definitely necessary, and has allowed them to put out a number of videos doing insane things on the grounds. The mansion also has a massive pool, which is actually considered to be the biggest pool of any other property in the surrounding neighborhood, coming in at a whopping 80 feet in length. The entrance of the home has been decorated by a 15-million-year-old dinosaur fossil, which must have also come at a pretty hefty price for the dynamic duo, who still managed to bring in more money as the days go by. Suffice it to say, quarantining must have been incredibly fun for the Dobre brothers, who have next to everything they could ever need in this illustrious home of theirs. Number 2. Their jewelry collection. The Dobre twins practically invented the concept of flexing on haters, with the majority of their video content being driven towards the showcasing of the various expensive items that they currently have at their disposal. By far, one of their most cherished categories of items is their collection of designer jewelry, which goes far beyond any collection we've ever seen before. And while we may not know the specifics of just how much this collection of theirs is worth, there is no doubt that it is worth an amount that could be close to around $1 million. In fact, the brothers spent $100,000 at a jewelry store in Atlanta while they were on tour, bringing the bag of literal money to the owner and dumping it out on the table to show that they weren't playing. Already decked to the nine in jewelry, the brothers then walked around the store and bought a selection of designer bracelets, chains, and of course, luxurious wrist watches. Number 3. Their love for designer clothing. From watching the Dobre twins in their videos, you'll also notice that they tend to wear designer clothing regardless of what they're doing. In fact, we don't think they own any clothing which isn't designer by nature. This collection of theirs ranges from official Lakers gear to shirts, pants, belts, and the shoes of the Gucci variety, which is by far their favorite brand when it comes to big spending. When they aren't wearing designer clothing, they're usually wearing their own merchandise, which is clearly nothing more than a ploy to get their fans to buy more. But all in all, their collection of incredible designer clothing is worth more than you might think, once more creeping towards the $1 million mark. Now that's insane. Number 4. Their collection of cars. Last but not least, the Dobre twins have a third channel dedicated to the purchasing and driving of luxurious cars, so you can bet your bottom dollar that the dynamic duo have some incredible cars in their garage at home. In fact, there's no need to bet, as the Dobre brothers took their fans through their luxurious garage back in 2019, showing off some incredible cars that you'd never guess they have. Once more, we're not sure whether the twins actually own these cars, but since they were in their garage, we're assuming they do. Their daily car seems to be a Chevrolet Tahoe, which costs upwards of $60,000 and allows them to travel from A to B in comfort. Other than this, they have a massive selection ranging from a black Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon to a bright yellow Porsche GT2 RS. The collection has far too many cars to mention, and the cost runs well into the millions. So go check out their videos if you want more specifics. What do you think of the crazy lifestyle of the Dobre twins? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below.